Philip Hammond will make a bold pitch to millennials in the budget by announcing plans to get 300,000 homes built a year. The Chancellor said fixing the housing market was a crucial part of ensuring the younger generation are not the first since the Black Death to be less prosperous than their parents. He promised the government would do whatever it takes to get homes built, including cracking down on land banking and underwriting loans to small house builders if necessary. Mr. Hammond will back the action with around £5 billion for housing schemes. Chancellor Philip Hammond, pictured today, is to lay out plans for 300,000 new homes across the UK as part of next week's budget. But he will not heed a call from Communities Secretary Sajid Javid to borrow £50 billion to fund a massive home building programme. The Chancellor has also signalled that he will find money on another key issue of the public sector pay cap, with nurses in line for a rise. Official figures this week showed more than 217,000 homes were built last year, but the Chancellor told the Sunday Times, "I am clear that we need to get to 300,000 units a year if we are going to start to tackle the affordability problem with the additions coming in areas of high demand." He added, "We will not allow the current young generation to be the first since the Black Death not to be more prosperous than its parents' generation. We won't allow that to happen. Fixing the housing market is a crucial part of making sure that does happen." Mr. Hammond said ministers would work to close the gap between planning permissions being granted and the actual number of homes being built, signalling a review into land banking and councils blocking development. The proposals are part of his promise to the millennial generation that they will not be the first since the Black Death to be worse off than their parents. Over 217,000 homes were built last year. Theresa May, pictured going to church in her Maidenhead constituency with husband Philip today, is hoping the budget can help get her government back on track. "We are generating planning permissions at a record rate, much faster than we are generating homes," he said. "It's house builders banking land, it's speculators hoarding land, it's local authorities blocking development." Jeremy Clarkson has warned of the dangers of driverless cars as Philip Hammond prepared to give autonomous vehicles the green light for testing on UK roads in the budget. The Grand Tour host said he drove an autonomous car recently which twice over a distance of 50 miles made mistakes which could have killed him. Mr. Hammond is set to announce changes to regulations to allow developers to test self-driving cars on UK roads for the first time. The Treasury sees the rules as the last barrier to advanced, on-road testing, and hopes it will help realise the Chancellor's vision of autonomous cars on British roads by 2021. But Clarkson wrote in the Sunday Times magazine, "I drove a car the other day which has a claim of autonomous capability, and twice in the space of 50 miles on the M4 it made a mistake, a huge mistake, which could have resulted in death. Let's get to the bottom of it once and for all to report publicly on what is causing this gap."